There's abandoned cars on the campsite. That, people, is absolutely disgusting. So I asked Google's AI what the worst reviewed campsite in Kent was, and it came up with 2 suggestions. Last week's video we went to the first suggestion, and in this week's video we're heading to the second. It is Warden Springs Caravan Park on the Isle of Sheppey. Reviews on TripAdvisor point out issues with the park feeling tired and limited on amenities outside of peak season, and inconsistent customer service. The worst campsite on earth. Jesus, that's a bit much. Where do I start? It's down a long, bumpy, dirty road and filthy. The toilet facilities were appalling and the staff were not very approachable. All in all, it was a horrendous week and I would not wish my worst enemy to go there. Okay, right, well then people, let's get out there and check out the worst campsite on earth. See how bad it really is. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. Let's start living the dream. So yeah, my first impressions, people, and I do feel like I may be agreeing with the reviews on this one because it does seem a little bit run down and like it needs some care and attention. Yeah, not overly impressed with my pitch. It is quite overgrown and small. Now they did ask how big my camper van was, so maybe there are bigger pitches, and yeah, the grass is very long. It is private with these bushes here. I do like that, although there are some gaps in between here where the people behind me are. So I am quite close to them. Now I think they're seasonal people, so they're probably not going to be here. But yeah, it is quite a small little pitch. It is. Now I got told I can choose any pitch along here. Now those ones have a sea view, but they're all taken, and it looks like they're actually all seasonal people. So I had to go along here with the view of all the statics there. Now the pitch I'm on is fairly flat, but a lot of the ones further down there are not very flat at all. So I'm glad I got to choose. I'm glad there aren't really anyone on this row here. So I don't know if you can book online for this campsite. I did look this morning and I couldn't find a way to do it. So I phoned up and the lady said, can I call you back within half an hour? And she did. She phoned me back and said, yep, there is space. And she said, do you want to pay over the phone or do you want to come on down? And I said, well, I'll just come on down. So she reserved a pitch for me. And then I arrived. Now, the road getting down here was very dodgy. That road is clearly in need of some work, some very dodgy potholes. So every pitch does come with electricity. There was no option for non-electric, and there's 3 different prices. There's mid-season, low season and high season, and then there is also an additional £2 on those prices at weekends. Now low season would be 20 quid, which actually is a fair price for an electric hookup pitch. Now we must be in mid-season because I'm paying £26. Yeah. And high season is actually 36. So that's expensive. Yeah. And dogs are welcome and they're £3, although in high season that goes up to £4. So we've got the bins just here. Look decent, general waste, general waste. Well, they are all general waste, unfortunately. Can't see any recycling. So there is a disabled toilet there. Yeah, so definitely not the best toilet block. These are very dirty. There is so much dirt and grime around these urinals. and around the sink. I mean, there's just so much grime along there, and the toilets as well. They're very grimy. Toilet roll on the floor there. Skid marks could have just been the last person who used it, obviously. Ew, that one's no better. Skid marks and a load of pee that looks like it's been in there for a month. Yeah, these are really dirty and grimy. So these urinals are very close together. So, I mean, you're pretty much going to be touching the person next to you. Yeah. Look at them. It's just, they're so close to each other. Never mind, eh? And another thing I've just realised, if you're trying to use this urinal, as I was about to, and someone comes through the door, you're going to be exposing yourself to everyone outside. Yeah, well, that's a bit weird. No, they're not going to get a full glimpse, but they're certainly going to be able to see my little willy. Yeah, the shower room is not much better either. Just 3 showers, a lot of rust, and a lot of lime scale about, and they are push button. There is no charge, but yeah, definitely not that great. I mean, look at the mirror. How old is this mirror that has got all these marks here? Yeah. I won't be using these facilities because I feel like I'll feel more dirty when I get out than when I got in. Yep. So, yeah, 3 showers, 3 cubicles, 3 urinals. That's not a lot for a big campsite like this. Now, a lot of the pictures are big statics, so I'm sure they obviously all have their own facilities. So, I guess not many of the campers actually use them. But they certainly don't get cleaned regularly or cleaned properly, that's for sure. That, people, is absolutely disgusting. It's like someone has actually been shaving their pubes in here and have just left them all over the shower floor. That is horrendous. There is a washroom here. And, oh yeah, that's all dirty and grimy. Yep, very dirty and grimy. Loads of dead bugs. Now we are kind of outside, so you're going to get bugs, but there is a lot of dead bugs in here. And we do have a chemical waste point here. Ew. I mean, it absolutely stinks in here. Now, admittedly, this is where people put their poo, so there's always the possibility of it smelling a bit. But yeah, definitely not the best. Dirty and grimy. Dirty and grimy, people. I don't understand why there's a grill over it, catching bits of dirty toilet roll. Well, I think this car has been here for a while, people. Jesus. God, look at all the crap inside. That is terrible. So this is the heated swimming pool that's closed during my use. And actually looks pretty good, to be fair. So there's some park-like stuff here for kids. And there is a football/basketball court here as well. That's pretty decent. Yeah, it is. So there is an entertainment centre there. And there is a bar here as well. This bar looks pretty good. That is actually a really big bar area in there. It does look nice. Yeah, that will be open at 5 this evening for the football, because apparently England are playing. Yeah. Oh, I can see some arcade machines. Looks like we have a laundrette room here. Well, the floor is very dirty. Yeah, it certainly is. Yeah, I mean, the room is dirty and run down, to be honest. I've got to be quiet because the office is just there. In fact, the office and the shop were the nicest buildings so far. Although that bar over there does look like it's probably quite nice inside. That does look good. But everything else is just so run down and dirty. Yeah, it is a shame. Now, if I was paying the £20 off-season price, I'd think, do you know what, I don't really care for £20. £26, it's like, the 36 high season price. That's horrendous, people. That's horrendous. Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with the reviews people. This campsite definitely needs work. Those facilities were shockingly dirty. And the fact that there's abandoned cars on the campsite, I mean abandoned cars just lying around on a campsite that have clearly been abandoned for multiple years. And I saw 2 cars that looked like they'd been completely abandoned on this campsite. So yeah, clearly in need of some work. So it looks like there is a path, not really an official path, but there is a bit of a path I can take just from outside the campsite. Campsite is just there to the beach. Yeah, definitely not the most scenic of walks to the beach, people. No, it definitely isn't. And there is a lot of litter here as well. But that's just bad ends, really, isn't it? I don't think this is actually a part of the campsite, so I suppose it's not the campsite's responsibility to clear this up. But yeah, this definitely is not an official path. It is literally just, I mean, people have been walking it, so I'm going to walk it and I'm going to get to the beach. I've never been to a beach that has so much plastic and rubbish on it. I mean, there's so much bits of plastic on here, that's horrendous. If the tide's in like this and you can't really walk along this very far, I wouldn't recommend coming down to this little bit of beach, people, because there's so much crap and litter everywhere that it's kind of heartbreaking. It really is, yeah. So yeah, don't bother. Find somewhere nicer. Yeah, definitely. So I've just been to the campsite shop, got myself a cornetto thing for £1.29, Dr Pepper £1.20, and I haven't had one of these little cup drinks since I was a kid, so I thought why not? It was 50p. Yep. Now, one thing I have got to say is I do agree with the reviews about the site being a bit run down, because yes, it is very run down. However, I do have to say that they mention inconsistencies with customer service. Now, those women in the reception / shop have been nothing but lovely and friendly to me. And I even asked if they had jungle formula, because if you saw my last video, you'll know that I got bitten a lot by mosquitoes. And they didn't have any that they sell, but the lady actually gave me her own. Now, I did say, no, that's fine, don't worry, I'll buy some somewhere else. And she said, no, I've got a couple of these here, you can have it. So, yeah, the people at the customer service are really nice and friendly. So I definitely have no complaints with them. They have been lovely and accommodating. I mean, to just give me this out of her own pocket, you know, I don't know whether she's the campsite owner or what, but yeah. Customer service I have received on this campsite has actually been really great. So I can't complain about that at all. Nope, I cannot. Anyway, let's go down memory lane, people. Oh, am I meant to get a little straw or something? Yep. Childhood in a cup, that is. Cheers. So, just been and bought myself a pint of Guinness from the bar. £5 a pint. Well, that is actually a really good price for a pint of Guinness. Yeah. So I would like to thank a few amazing subscribers who bought me a beer recently. Thank you, Wee John. Thank you, Dave and Helen. Thank you, Martin Gibbons. Thank you, Paul Tippett. Thank you, Martin and Stephen. And thank you, Linda. But of course, I would like to thank all of my subscribers and everyone for watching. So cheers, everyone, to living the dream. Tastes a little bit funny, to be fair. Yeah. So, I've got to be honest, this is the worst tasting pint of Guinness I've ever had. It does taste like cleaning products. I think it's because the cap that goes on the end of the tap was in a tub of cleaning products, and then the lady took it out and screwed it on. So yeah, this is not that enjoyable. Now I might get another one to find out whether or not that one tastes the same or not. Because it does taste like cleaning products. It doesn't taste like it's gone bad, it just tastes like cleaning products. So I think that's what it is. But yeah, I'm going to drink it. Obviously, I don't waste Guinness. But yeah, I'll get another one and we'll find out whether or not that one tastes the same. Well, let's try again then, people. Now, she did a single pour. She didn't let it settle and then top it up. But this came out okay. But yeah, hopefully this one will taste better. It doesn't. It tastes the same. Yeah, that ain't right. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with the taste of this Guinness. That ain't right. I don't know whether to pour it out and go get another pint of something else, or to just drink it. My gut does feel a little bit weird, but at the same time, this has cost me a £5. Yeah. Definitely ain't nice. Definitely something wrong with that. It's a shame because it's the cheapest pint of Guinness I've ever had. Well, it's the cheapest pint of Guinness I've had in the past 4 or 5 years. Well, this ain't like me, people. If you've been watching my channel, you'll know I will normally tolerate a lot of stuff that's quite bad. But I'm actually going to pour this out and go get a lager because this ain't right. It really isn't. It's horrible. So, you know me, I love my Guinness, and I would normally never do this. I will drink out-of-date Guinness to make myself go ill, but this is just terrible, and I just can't. I can't drink any more of it. I really can't. Right, well, let's start again then, people. So I've got a San Miguel, and that's £4.90, which again seems like a pretty good price. Now, when I went in there, I did mention that Guinness did taste a little bit funny, and she just sort of ignored me. Let's give it a go. Again, it tastes a bit weird. It does taste weird. It does taste different. Don't taste as strange as the Guinness. But it does still taste a little bit weird. So yeah, those beers definitely weren't right, and I think the barmaid knew, because when I walked in, the first thing she said to me was £3.50 on all bottles. And when I mentioned to her that the Guinness tasted a little bit funny, she didn't say anything. So I think she knew. Yeah, I do have a very weird taste in my mouth right now, but we'll get rid of that with some very unusual Bongo Bend style burgers, shall we, people? Why not? Yeah. So we're going to go with some chocolate waffle cheeseburgers. And you know what? I bet they're going to be good. So these are good burgers, but my God, they release a lot of fat. These are just Aldi's chocolate waffles, and they're Aldi's, well, everything's from Aldi. I got a feeling they might be a bit crumbly and they might fall apart and it might be messy, but I guess there's only one way to find out, isn't there? Yes, there is. No! They're still good. They're still good, people. Bongo Ben does not waste food, even if it has been on the floor. So I've got a feeling these are going to be very messy and they're going to fall apart. But I've also got a feeling that they're probably actually going to taste really good. So let's give it a go, people. That does taste good. That tastes pretty damn amazing, people. It certainly does. Well, those burgers were fantastic, people, and I really needed some decent flavour in my mouth after those beers. Yeah, so we're going to get out and explore now. Going to walk down, see if we can walk along the beach towards Shell Ness and go check it out. Let's start living the dream, eh? Let's roll. Well, I'm on that same beach I was on earlier, people, and yes, the tide must have been in because it's now out and I can now walk along here quite far. Now, I'm pretty sure there is a footpath up there that I could walk along to where I'm heading to. So for those of you that couldn't make it down the decaying cliff edge, you can carry on. I think there is a footpath you can walk to without taking that route. But yeah, so it's quite quiet down here now that the tide is out. Yeah, decent. Anyway, let's crack on then, people. Start living the dream. Well, earlier I was saying I'd never seen so much litter on the beach, but here I've never seen so many shells on the beach. So many shells. This is insane. It's just full of shells. Yeah, I mean, there's still litter everywhere, don't get me wrong. So I've just had a bit of a walk through Lays Down on Sea, and yeah, it's a bit run down, people, a bit shabby to say the least. Yes, it certainly is. Well, this has been a reasonably nice walk, people. Now, I haven't made it quite to Shellness. Shellness is just over there, and I probably could get there just before the sun sets, but then it's going to be a long walk back in the dark. So I think I'm just going to head back because the sun's pretty much now setting, so yeah. It's okay. I mean, this isn't the best beach I've been to. It's been an okay walk, to be fair. Yeah, this is my first time on the Isle of Sheppey, and to be honest, I've always wanted to come here. Now, if I'm truthfully honest, it's a little bit of a letdown, but yeah, still, it's a lovely evening, so I am enjoying myself, and the beach isn't too bad, you know. Yeah, it's not the best, but it's not too bad. Yep. Anyway, yeah, let's head back then, people. Yeah. Well, I'm back now, people, and I am in need of a good cold Murphy's. I certainly am. Now, the campsite does not have Wi-Fi, not even in the bar, which I'm a bit surprised at, because I thought they would have it in the bar, but they don't. There's no Wi-Fi anywhere that I'm aware of. There certainly weren't any when I looked on my Wi-Fi's on my mobile. And I do not have mobile data here. It's really like, well, there's no way it's going to be good enough for me to watch YouTube. But I can't complain because I actually really do need to get on with some editing. I've got a lot of editing to do for a video that's got to be uploaded in a few days. So I probably should get on, use this opportunity to get a lot of editing done. So yeah, at least I'll get some work done, eh? So I'm going to be doing some very, very boring editing for the next hour or two until I go to bed. Fun. Today we're going to head to a campsite that I'm very undecided on. I just don't know where I stand on this place. It is Baldwin's Brook Caravan and Camping in Gloucestershire, and we'll check out this campsite and then we'll get out there and explore the local area. Yeah, morning everyone. I slept quite well last night. I actually overslept, to be fair. It's quite a dark, dull morning, so I didn't get woken up by the sun, and it's been pretty quiet. So yeah, I did sleep good. So 5 minutes walk from here, there is a shop in the little village just over there, according to the campsite owner, and there is a bus service there as well. You can get the bus to Sheerness and Minster-on-Sea. Now, Minster-on-Sea is the closest place I can find with a supermarket, and that is about 5 miles away. So yeah, it's pretty good. So I do feel that the reviews are correct on this place. The place is tired and run down, and it definitely needs a lot of work. I mean, there's an abandoned car over there. You can see it's been there for years, and there's actually waste in there festering away, you know. That's quite bad. And yeah, the pile of pubes and the bathroom floor, now that's just selfish people who have gone in there and just left pubes all over the floor. I mean, like literally a big clump of them. That was pretty horrendous. But I have got to say, the customer service I've received has actually been really good. Now, I know I mentioned to the lady that the Guinness tasted funny and she didn't say anything, but in her defence, that was kind of on me because I'd already ordered 2 pints. I'd already drunk one of them and I poured one out, so she would have been thinking, why has this idiot ordered a second pint and why hasn't he brought it back and said, look, I think there's something wrong with this. Had I had done that, maybe I'd have got a different response. But she wasn't rude in any way, she just kind of ignored me and carried on. So that's kind of my fault for not taking the first point back. Yeah. So, yeah, I haven't received any bad customer service, I wouldn't say, no. So it's important to point out that when I asked Google's AI what the worst reviewed campsite in Kent is, this came up as one of 2. And I've already been to the other campsite. I filmed that yesterday. That would have been last week's video. Now, if you haven't seen it, it'll be this video here. Give it a click, give it a watch, see what you think, and compare the two, and let me know which one you think is worse. Anyway, that's it for me today, people. I'm going to pack up and head off. Keep living the dream, and I'll see you soon.